Welcome to this week's edition of Ridge News. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Rihanna.
What's your favorite thing about fall, Rihanna?
I love the fall weather and the colorful leaves.
Me too. Marissa and Charles went out to ask PRP students what their favorite thing about fall was. Let's check it out.
I'm Charles Vincent. I went out to ask people what their favorite thing about fall was.
Kyle, what's your favorite thing about fall?
My favorite thing about fall is most definitely football, sweet tea in the SEC, and my birthday.
Well, my favorite thing about the fall is the rain, my birthday, and Thanksgiving.
My favorite thing about fall is haunted houses.
I like wearing hoodies and sweatpants, and then the football games and everything.
The leaves changing. The best part, living in a four-season environment.
Thank you for your time, Ms. Thomas.
That's all. Back to you, Jacob.
Hey Jacob, do you like college football?
Yes, I'm looking forward to the Louisville-Clemson game this weekend.
Kyle and Griffin did a recap of last week's college football. Let's take a look at their sports recap.
Welcome to Cardinal Crunchzone.
I'm Griffin.
And I'm Kyle. This past weekend, we went out to Huntington, West Virginia as number 3 Louisville took on the Marshall Thundering Herd.
In the beginning, Marshall gave Louisville a brief scare.
Yeah, the Cards didn't look very strong in their first drive out, but the second drive out, Lamar Jackson showed off that cannon of his and launched a 71-yard touchdown pass to James Quick, putting Louisville up 7-0.
How did Todd Grantham's defense match up against the Thundering Herd?
That tough Cardinal D forced 2 turnovers and held Marshall to only 207 total yards.
As for the Bills' offense, they had 609 yards total. Lamar finished the night with 417 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns. The Cards ended up winning 59-28.
Who's Louisville coming for next?
They take on Clemson Saturday night in a primetime event on ABC at 8 o'clock.
I'm also hearing rumors that College Game Day wants a little bit more at the Lamar Jackson show.
Yes, they'll also be at the game Saturday.
I hope the Cards can beat Clemson and can keep their streak alive. That's all for this week. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Griffin. Back to you guys.
I wonder what the weather's going to be like for our football game tonight.
Hey Jared, what's the weather looking like for this weekend?
Hello PRP, it's Jared, here with this week's weather. And as most of you know, the first day of fall was last Thursday, but we are just now experiencing our first real fall weather this week. For today's weather, it's going to be a high of 69 with a 60% chance of rain. And going into the break, it's going to be in the 70s every day with a small chance of rain. Moving into next week, it's going to be in the low to mid 80s with a slight chance of rain. Well, that's all for this week's weather. Back to you, Jacob.
It looks like we have a great weather for the game.
We have a lot of important events coming up.
Let's go to Bradley for the upcoming announcements.
Hey PRP, I'm Bradley with this week's news. We're beginning a new PRP chapter of Future Business Leaders of America. FBLA is accepting dues now. Please bring in your application and $12 fees to Miss Fowler in room T202 or to Miss Hawks in T209 until October 14th for fall memberships. The 2016 Powder Puff game will be Friday, October 21st. Applications for players and cheerleaders are available now. Junior sign-ups was yesterday, but senior sign-ups is today after school in room 208 for boys and room 332 for girls. Attention seniors, college visit trips are being planned. You must apply to that university in order to be eligible for a college visit. Listen to the announcements for more info to come. Students, if you arrive to school by bus, truck, car, or by walking, you must immediately enter the school. Any student suspended from school or has more than 6 unexcused absences throughout the school year will not be allowed to attend homecoming activities, junior ring dance, or senior prom. And Panthers, don't forget tonight's home football game against Mel at 7:30. We want to see a big crowd, so come on out to the Black Hole and wear black and cheer us on. That's it for this week's news. I'm Bradley. Back to you.
Tardy is a terrible place to be. It does more than just keep you out of class. It hinders your education, and you lose time in class. It also hurts you, so stay out of Tardy Hall. Be on time, and don't stay in the middle of the hallway.
How do you feel about tattoos, Jacob?
I think they're cool, but I really don't want one.
Jeff and Tyler went out and did a piece on tattoos.
Jeff and Tyler hit the hallways this week to go see some really interesting and awesome tattoos. They even got an interview with one of the school's inspiring tattoo artists who got one herself.
I was supposed to get a chest piece done for my grandmother instead of just an arm tattoo. But it was because she died a while ago. I was just going to get it for her. But I went to this because death doesn't wait for anyone. I remember waking up like the next morning and just taking like the bandage off and just all that ink on there. I was like, is this supposed to happen? Did I just mess it up completely? But it wasn't supposed to do that. Really, I want to find like a certain type of artist to work with because I do like different types of tattoos. You know, like there's traditional and then just black and gray and everything. I like basically everything. I want a tattoo in the future because, I mean, ever since I was 5 and I found out what like tattooing was, I've always wanted to do it. And I mean, it's just the career goal that I chose. I mean, so many people say like tattooing is just like not like a big thing. But I mean, so many people get tattoos and it's so like everyday thing. I like it.
Have you ever seen the JuJu on the Beat challenge?
Yes, it's all over Twitter.
Let's check out PRP students doing the dance.
Walked in this party and these girls looking at me. Skinny jeans on, you know my head nappy. Hey, okay. I want y'all to dance. Juju on that beat. Juju on that beat. Juju on that beat. I slide, stop. Hit the hole, no stop, ayy. Don't stop, ayy. Don't stop, ayy. Run a man on that beat, 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 that beat. Back. Do your dance, do your dance, do your dance, ayy. You ugly, you your daddy's son, ayy.
Wow, they really killed it.
Yeah, they did.
That's it of this week's edition of Rich News.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Rihanna.
See you next week.